And we are live. Good morning, crypto warriors, and welcome back to the Gym and the Crypto episode 890. Today is, what's today? Thursday, February 10th, 2022. And I'm King, here to bridge the gap between the community and crypto every day, Monday through Friday, of course, at 10ish. And today's top stories, we'll be talking about McDonald's filing trademarks for McMetaverse restaurants that deliver. Aave launches Web3 social media platform Lens Protocol. Binance invests $200 million in Forbes to boost consumer knowledge on Bitcoin. Tennessee lawmaker introduces bill which will allow states to invest in crypto. And last but not least, Farmville developer Zynga set to release first NFT game this year. But first and foremost, of course, let's go ahead and take a look at these prices. What's going on here? This is crazy. It's craziness. Bitcoin is coming in hot at $43,654, down 1.27%, but up 19% on the week, as you can see. Ethereum is at $3,129, down that quick. I knew something was going to change. That's why I paused. I paused for a moment. I knew something was going to change. It was down, but now it's up 0.52%. Listen, that's that, folks. That's that inclination you have from doing these dumpster dives. You're like, wait, something's going on. The price points. Look at that. Bitcoin is actually at $45,000 now, up 1.92%. There we go. It's looking like a better day. There we go. Okay, what else do we have? 6 Ripple is at 86 cents, down 2.3%, but they are up 45% on the week. Cardano at number 7, up 0.21% at $1.20. Solana at $111. Down 2.65%. And rounding off number 10, you have Avalanche at $90 and 39, now 52 cents, up 0.39%. So as you can see, the market is bouncing up and down today in fiat terms. For the biggest gainers, look at this. We have Doge Colony, which is up 525%. We have Chainbeam, which is up 521%. And we have Coin Story, which is also up 272%. Haven't heard of any of these. But goodness gracious, look at this price. Coin Story was just added, and the price point is way less than a penny. So I'm assuming somebody threw $10 in there and pumped the market. All right, but those are our coins for today. Let's go ahead and take a look at who's all in the chat right now. I'll give some quick shout outs. Let me bring this up. Make sure you get the like as soon as you join. What's going on, Cario? Where you at? Why you at? I always get that wrong. JB, Fatima, Bitcoin Man, Xavier, Too Rich to Miss, First Dish, that's hilarious. John Bulwer, Kadeem, Fanteezy, Finn, Crypto Chief, 11, Super Mario, BK Born Best I Raised. Good morning, everyone. There we go. That 45K make Thursday bright. There it is. We got Kendra D, Rendo like Denzel, Zay. So Zay is traveling. One of his brothers is about to get married. So Zay will be in the South this week until next week for the most part. So he might pop in, but if not, we're still gonna keep bringing you that crypto news every day. Also want to give a shout out to Ritestream. Today's show is sponsored by Ritestream. They'll be on after the show actually to have an AMA. This is the project we just reviewed, NFTs Go Hollywood. This is a sponsored review. These are sponsored posts as well. But essentially what they're trying to do is create NFTs to go with TV and film. So when you go on Netflix or Hulu or any of these platforms, you see all that content. They want to have an NFT associated with content similar to that. So they have their own content library that's similar to content collectors who have those type of libraries. And they also want to NFT it out. So we'll have them on right after the show today at 8 a.m. PST and 11 a.m. Eastern for those who want to come on and ask questions about the project. But again, that is Ritestream. They're trying to have NFTs essentially go Hollywood with film and TV. So shout out to them. And again, I encourage you to come after for those who are interested in some of the sponsored ones. Like I said, some people have done well with them. Some people have ignored them, whatever. You see the views on here aren't high, but if you aren't interested, this is the time to actually talk to the project founders and the team itself to get the answer from the horse's mouth. All right, but that will be Ritestream. Top story of the day, McDonald's. Kind of saw this coming, right? When they started adding everybody on Twitter from the crypto Twitter, I guess. But McDonald's files trademarks for McMetaverse restaurants that deliver. The Golden Arches poke fun at crypto investors last month, but the fast food company has now embraced the metaverse by applying for trademarks of its brand for the virtual world. So again, this is McDonald's. Oh my goodness. There we go. We say Satoshi Slim. Oh yeah, I'm looking at chat too. I just realized, I said, oh my goodness, I just realized I didn't equip this soundboard. I don't like that. Hold on. Everything's about to get boosted up. My volume goes down. Let me know in the chat. But the soundboard must happen all day, every day. Hold on. Let me get this going. Let me stop this. Stop the show. Stop the show. Soundboard must be active. All right, boom. All right, so I just hooked up the soundboard. Make sure that thing is super active. I gotta start the day off with just the There we go. There we go. All right, had to make sure the soundboard was hooked up for the day. Kept going. Let me check the chat to make sure the sound's looking good. What's going on, Dad and Dana? Welcome to the show. Satoshi Slim said, he said out loud, this show is sponsored. Ooh, glad to get that out of the way. Didn't want to fumble it. You know what's up. Rico San Diego. There we go. Let's make sure the sound's good. The sound's good. We keep it pushing. All right, cool. Again, top story, we talking about McDonald's, Mickey D's in the news. Iconic American restaurant chain McDonald's looked like it's preparing to make a move into the metaverse by registering for 10 trademarks in the virtual space. Josh Gerbin, trademark attorney and founder of Gerbin Intellectual Property, tweeted on Wednesday McDonald's submitted a trademark application on Friday, including plans for a virtual restaurant featuring actual and virtual goods and operating a virtual restaurant featuring home delivery. First, when they talk about virtual goods, of course, there'll be like merchandise and stuff for your avatars in the space. Hold on, let me make the chat. Okay. Oh, I'm seeing some funny stuff in the chat. So of course there'll be stuff for your avatars to buy. So I'm sure there'll be like McDonald's specific things you can buy from the merchandise store that you could probably equip on your avatar. Like this type of stuff kind of makes sense for the metaverse. Those are easy ways for businesses to have digital goods or virtual goods to make money. But also what they could also do, not only would they be the merchandise virtual goods, but they can also offer a virtual menu. So the same thing as we had the Tamagotchis, you know, used to have them in your pocket and stuff, and you play with them. And since then, people have that, like essentially a Pokemon has more from that, where you can have your Pokemon and grow it. But what if you can have all that, your virtual pets in the virtual space, but hey, you need to feed it virtual food. If you have a virtual avatar, you need to go eat. A lot to keep up with. But again, these are the things some of the people like, especially if in this same virtual space, you begin to have more play to earn games and stuff like that, where you don't necessarily need to leave it. There's oracles connected. So my point is, if McDonald's is already talking about virtual goods, there's actually many directions the business go with that. So that looks pretty promising for the metaverse. But the main thing, of course, in the short term is having the virtual restaurant with actual home delivery. So if someone was in the metaverse or online 24/7, they could literally just walk into or order from McDonald's in the metaverse and actually have it delivered to their home. Now, right now, I do think it's a little bit excessive, again, until you start seeing more people spend more time in the metaverse, because right now, I think it'll still be quicker to like use your phone in the app. But this is essentially what's on the roadmap for McDonald's. So again, based on the application, the restaurant chain will be able to provide downloadable multimedia files for artwork, audio, and video files, and of course, non-fungible tokens. You gotta get in on some of that NFT. So they've applied for some of these trademarks already, you know, and it looks like they plan to jump head first into it. So this is pretty cool, really cool to see. I mean, this is really exciting to see McDonald's coming over to Metaverse. And it wouldn't be surprising, as we already said, if Cardano tries to strike that deal. Cardano tries to strike that McDonald's deal. Don't bring it to TGOC and tell us about it. All right, let's go back. Dad and Dana. Dad and Dana is new, but they get it. Dad and Dana said this is a way to get us to spend our crypto on nonsense. Exactly. Listen, I honestly believe, you know, outside of Bitcoin, a lot of projects out there are literally just to get your crypto so they can transfer it back to Bitcoin for them. So unless it's something that's truly unique, I feel like that's usually what's happening. All right, I want to scroll up some of these comments. It's Wyatt, try it, King. There we go. Oh, Wyatt, try it. There we go. Wyatt, try it. My bad, Wyatt, try it. I should know by now. But I think, to be fair, that's like the first or second time you spelled it out. Wyatt, try it. I won't mess it up. All right, let's see. What else do we have going on? Renda, like Denzel said, hope you hit the short and reverse. It's too long. It's getting crazy. I know, isn't it? Let's see. What else do we have? I saw some funny comments, so I'm trying to go down.
Uh, who else? Oh, you say Wyatt try say you just laugh at me trying your name every day. Hilarious. The U.S. government is number 5 as the largest Bitcoin wallet, says Alpha Robbins. Possibly Jake Fever said, am I going to the Super Bowl? No, that ship has sailed me. I thought about it for a moment, but I didn't. I wasn't paying attention to the playoffs. I didn't think the Rams were going to make it this far. But to be fair, I don't know. I'll call in some favors this weekend. We'll see what happens, but I highly doubt it. Let's see. Okay, I'm going back to some comments. Jake Fever said, I put on my cool gray 11s with the cool grays yesterday when it hit hard. There we go. Everyone has a come to Bitcoin moment. McDonald's, today is your day. Oh, this is the comment I was looking for. Jake Fever said, make a BitConnect t-shirt. We were actually talking about the first shirt we're going to roll out for the new membership stuff. And I think we did settle on BitConnect. So it's funny that you said that in the comments too. I wanted to say that. There probably would be a BitConnect shirt coming out as well. Let's see, what else do we have? Cyril Innovation said testing, scam sensor. Okay, whatever that means. Let's see. I tried to get some land in the sandbox this morning, but no luck. Yep, digital land is going to go crazy now. They're talking about McDonald's and everybody coming into it as well. All right, let's see. What else is happening in the space? This was a very interesting story to me. I was excited to see Aave launches Web3 social media platform, Lens Protocol. Looks like Aave will empower content creators to own their digital roots and calls for a more sustainable smart contracts-based social experience. So of course, Aave got popular as a popular layer 2 to Ethereum. They launched a Matic token, of course, which was wildly successful. A lot of, very popular, especially with the fact that you can do collateralized loans on their platform. We taught you all that in the masterclass. A lot of people seem to like it. I still use it myself. I like it, whatever. I mean, it works. But for them to go from there, so here's the thing. We do know for a fact that Aave has a certain level of decentralization, a very high level, I think. Now, is it all the way decentralized? Like, highly doubt it. Plus, there's always points there's points you can exploit. The fact that it has to be on a server, for example. But Aave, I do think has a very, very high level of decentralization. So for them to actually launch a social media platform, it sparked my interest, right? And again, this is Aave, the decentralized finance lending platform, which launched the Lens Protocol ecosystem on the Polygon Matic blockchain as their way to challenge centralized social media platforms like Twitter or Facebook. So it started as an open letter to get support around the idea. That open letter ended up having, I think, about 10,000 people or so sign off on it, which led to them developing this Web3 native social network powered by NFTs. So in a Twitter space conversation, the company hosted this week, Stanley Kulachov, the CEO and founder of Aave, described the mission behind the Lens Protocol. He said, we wanted to build a social media protocol, or essentially a social graph, and make those profiles on chain, following the relationships on chain and creating a permissionless way to distribute content between the creator and the audience. So essentially, they're making it, and they even mentioned it. They said, you'll have so much control of your profile, you can actually become a DAO yourself. Your profile can become a DAO itself, which I found very interesting. Here it is. The Aave team also suggested the possibility of turning profiles into a decentralized autonomous organization, or a DAO. A follower can opt in to have voting and delegation power over what could be a DAO profile. Now, here's the thing. This was super interesting to me. Again, this is the type of stuff when I've been asked in the past, and we just did the Twitter spaces with Eden Yago, of course, the Sovereign CEO. He's been on our show before again, so shout out to them. But in the Twitter spaces, he was like, wondering what brought some people over to Bitcoin, and does autonomy play a part? For me, autonomy was one of the biggest parts, that and the fact that it was a new technology. What first brought me to Bitcoin were 3 things. I heard about deep web, dark web, and Bitcoin. All I knew was that it was new technology, and I like new tech. I like gadgets and all that. I was like, all right, let me look at what this stuff is, right? I just want to know. So I feel the same way right now when it comes to Lens Protocol, when you're talking about a decentralized social media graph, because he's right. It will only work as a system if it's like enough people on it and going in certain spaces online. But essentially, it'll just be a graph charting photos, music that you like, whatever it is that you like that you normally have in your social media profiles, to other social profiles, except you control everything, or at least most things. if this is done properly, and I haven't looked at Lens Protocol, and not saying Aave or Lens Protocol will be the big winner in all of this, right? They may be the first one through the door, get shot down. The next 2, 3, or 4th iteration might be the right one to do it. But if this and when this is done properly, people, this is going to be huge. We're looking at the new DeFi. Like we just had NFTs, we had DeFi or DeFi NFTs, whoever came first. We had ICOs, STOs, CBDCs. This may be the next thing for 2022, 2023. And that's this platform, like these type of platforms. The scary thing though is that if this does work as far as just the technical side where this works, anybody can log on the same way we can do DeFi on the Aave platform with collateralized loans. If this works the same way, like as seamless, you can expect regulation to come down aggressive because you're talking about turning essentially the most popular people on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all those people who are popular right now still have to make deals with the platform, right? They still can be censored. YouTube gives you different play buttons and badges. Like everyone, Twitter gives you different things. They all still have to make deals with the platform. This thing is saying, no, if you can get that big and do everything you do and still connect and interact with other people and you own everything to yourself. So you want to have to do an actual deal, or if you wanted to, like they said, you can turn your, and I see why they're hinting around it, because if they go full force and say you can turn yourself into a DAO, then already, I mean, any smart regulator, which it won't be many because they don't know about this type of stuff, but anyone who sees like what this could be will jump on it immediately and like try to shut it down the same way the SEC did Coinbase and them trying to lend. But this can be huge. Let me go over here to this Lens Protocol right here. Here it is, introducing the Lens Protocol. This is from February 7th. Our digital identities have become inseparable from how we define ourselves. This is how the open letter began, going viral across crypto Twitter. Over 10,000 people have signed the letter again. So if you want to continue reading, you can find out more about Lens Protocol here. I haven't checked out the actual protocol. That's something that's on my to-do list. I definitely want to see it for myself. But again, if this is done the proper way, this could be huge. Everybody's looking for, the DeFi of social media. Projects have tried in the past, but if they get it right, it's over. I mean, the competition is definitely going to get really aggressive. And that could be why, to be honest, Jack got out of Twitter, right? Like, of course, he has his own stuff with Block that he's launching. But I'm sure at that level, he knows things like this are coming. And for him to give up his position at Twitter and as a social media thing, and then literally, 3 months later, max or whatever, you have this coming out. I don't know, like he might have saw the writing on the wall as far as social media platforms. Again, I think these things will take time to roll out and build. But as soon as it rolls out, if it works, I mean, we got a winner. We got a winner, chicken dinner. Hey. It's going to be crazy. Which one? I'm looking at some new ones. Hold on. Got some new ones in today.
From here on, nothing goes down unless I'm involved. No blackjack, no dope deals, no nothing. A nickel bag gets sold in the park. I want in.
That's how it's going to be on that social media platform. I want in. Let's see. C. Williams said, don't want a Big Mac in real life. Hilarious. I'm thinking about, I'm assuming you're talking about the metaverse. Let's see. Local TX says, I'm a DAO already. There we go. Xavier Hill said, eventually every person will be an NFT DAO and have your own currency exchangeable based on your metaverse score. Social media will be an on-ramp. Woof! Those are powerful words. I can see the vision. Let's see. UK scientists getting closer to cold fusion. Nuclear energy is going to make the anti-crypto environmental story disappear this decade. There we go. Let's see. Jack gave up his position because of political stances and want to be able to speak his mind and pick sides. I mean, maybe, but that's a lot of money to give up just so you can pick a side, but you never know. Let's see, what else do we have going on in the comments? Will Gem and the Crypto be hosted in the metaverse in the future, says Lance Jones. Yes, we will have some stuff going on in the metaverse, actually. We've just actually been deciding when we wanted to do it. And we're like, let's build up the YouTube audience first before we jump to the metaverse. But yeah, we've thought about it a couple of times already. All right, let's see. Binance, this is a funny one to me. Binance invests $200 million in Forbes to boost consumer knowledge on Bitcoin. All right, so This was a funny one to me because, you know, when the one crowd came over here asking us why do we still use CoinMarketCap when Binance invested in them, and then they actually went as far, I mean, this is that one group, I still can't believe this. They went as far as to get a class action lawsuit or something against CoinMarketCap. And I mean, just, let me, come on, folks. That's as anti Bitcoin and crypto as you can get. Like, what? You got a class action lawsuit against a competitor website. So anyway, those people were saying Binance owns CoinMarketCap, so it's unfair and blah, blah, blah. And we actually covered the history of that in our masterclass. So of course, I'm going to plug that. But Binance has also invested $200 million in Forbes to boost consumer knowledge on Bitcoin. First and foremost, I don't care what they said it's for. If you invest $200 million into a company, it's going to get you a seat at or very near the table, okay? So let's cut the malarkey, all right? Cut the malarkey. Let's be honest. Let's be real. Let's tell the truth. Binance got themselves a seat at the table. I say that because I wonder if the same type of people are going to go after Forbes and be like, well, no, you got all this crypto news now. Are you doing this? No, this is because of Binance. It's like, yes, this is how business works. This is a very legal thing to do, which is why these things become headlines. So I guess take your ball, go home and cry in the corner. But media is an essential element to build widespread consumer understanding and education. Binance CEO CZ said. And shout out to Binance. This is what's really going on too. Let me just go ahead and jump into it. I haven't read this article yet, but I can already tell you the play. If you remember, we started calling to get off Binance earlier last year or whatever, because I started seeing some weird stuff and I had issues. I was like, well, if I have issues, you know, I know other people have issues. I went to Reddit and stuff, and yes, there are issues essentially being suppressed. And the next thing you know, the regulatory agencies in different countries started saying you can't trade through Binance in our country, essentially constricting it. And again, this is just a big crypto company, so not fair there, but it is what it is. I say all that to say Binance is fighting back by going to the media. I did PR for the military. One thing I was told earlier on was like, hey, we do our job right. You don't have to fight a war. Like, that's the point of having media, like public relations, all those type of things. So Binance, essentially, this is one of the ways they're fighting their war. You don't just give $200 million to what, a nice American company that's a big media, like, really? And you're a foreign entity. And the highlight, to be fair, another, I think Singapore through China, though, another Chinese company really taking over in this space through working with American companies as well with Forbes. But you don't make this type of move if it's not a strategic move for your business. So this is definitely a strategic move. He's definitely buying himself into the media, and you can expect Binance to get, I mean, they're about to get that FTX and crypto.com treatment. Like, really, that's America probably was like, there we go, Binance. That's what we were waiting on. You did the Binance.us thing reluctantly. You publicly still try to fight back the government, you know, which again, shout out to you from our show. But for, you know, in their eyes, they're like, all right, you need to play the game. And to me, this is just them playing the game. But again, let's look into it. Binance, the world's largest cryptocurrency exchange by trading volume, is making a strategic investment in the 104-year-old magazine Forbes to improve consumer understanding of cryptocurrencies and blockchain. Looks like Forbes and Magnum Opus Acquisition Limited, a publicly traded special purpose acquisition company, a SPAC, officially announced Thursday, securing a $200 million strategic investment from Binance. So again, Binance's strategic investment will be through Binance's assumption of subscription agreements representing $200 million of commitments and the $400 million private investment in public equity that was announced along with Forbes' intention to go public. So a big corporate strategy on the back end of the deal. But the important thing here to me is just that these people are now in business together. Forbes, Binance, and a couple other companies in the background. So here's CZ stating, as Web3 and blockchain technologies move forward and the crypto market comes of age, we know that media is an essential element to build widespread consumer understanding and education. We look forward to bolstering Forbes' digital initiatives as they evolve into a next level investment insights platform. So honestly, I would say shout out to Binance for this. Let's give them a round of applause. This is a big base hit for crypto, folks. Big base hit for crypto. I mean, as we even say yesterday, I would give this a double. Hey, pay to play, Binance. I mean, I'm not mad at them. They made the strategic move. I bet Coinbase or crypto.com are one of the wish they would make the same move. But shout out to them. So it's good for their company. So if you have BNB, I would say this is a time to probably look more into it. Anything Binance related, you probably want to look more into because in the coming future, you better believe they're going to have their name in some of these Forbes publications. But even better, they will be educating the general public and on cryptocurrency and Bitcoin and different things, exchanges and platforms like that. So it will bring more adoption about. So shout out to Binance. On that base hit, they did it first. Can't be mad at that. Check out a couple of comments really quick. Let's see. Rico San Diego said community. Ledger website said they will support Stacks cold storage soon. Okay, there we go. Let's see. Is there a better alternative instead of Binance? Edge Wallet's pretty good. Gemini's pretty good. I like both of those. Friendly Neighborhood Crypto Dad. Forbes going to fight the fight for Binance. Forbes going to be that big homie when Binance get kicked out the sandbox. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's really going to happen. Expect to see more articles where maybe they don't even mention Binance, but if the SEC or a regulator or something like that goes after Binance, or even a private business like a bank or something, they go after Binance, expect like the next week or following day to see an article about one of either that organization themselves or one of their ancillary companies in a disparaging light, where it's just like, oh, did y'all know this company's been doing this? Like this whole expose, and it's like, whoa, well, did you know this bank actually owns this company? Like, expect that type of game theory to play out a bit, as it should as well. Again, this is the real world. 200 million, listen, hey, y'all got people talking crazy about us after 200 million? Like, what? No, that's supposed to play out the way it's going to play out. Let's see, what else do we have going on? Tennessee, shout out to Tennessee lawmaker introduces a bill which will allow state to invest in crypto. That's right, the two bills introduced on February 2nd propose allowing the state of Tennessee, as well as its counties and municipalities, to invest in crypto, as well as forming a committee aimed at studying crypto and blockchain. So again, let's go ahead, another hand clap. Hey, we're going crazy today. Let's go ahead, I'm parched over here. There we go. Shout out to Tennessee. All right, this is amazing news, people. The story is in the headline, right? Tennessee lawmaker introduced a bill which allowed the state to invest in cryptos. Two different bills. Bill 2644, introduced on February 2nd by Powell, proposed amending the current state code to add crypto, blockchain, and NFTs to the list of authorized investments for the county, state, and municipalities to make with idle funds. Lawmakers assigned the bill to the House Finance, Ways and Means Subcommittee on February 8th for further consideration. So the thing is, this will eventually happen, right? That's a good thing. It will eventually happen. These are just the intro stages, but a couple of things are happening. First and foremost, the line has been divided. The owl has been divided. There are people now in the state who like crypto. So it's just not these going to be these blanket regulations of this is how it's going to be. It's going to be bad. No, there's now more lawmakers getting in crypto who are like, no, this isn't the way we go about this. We need to get involved. The only thing that's so terrible about this is just like, goodness gracious, like I've seen Bitcoin Zay reach out to different state and city organizations. I reached out to state and city organizations and churches and all this stuff with these ideas like, hey, we're like, you don't even need to use real funds, use discretionary 1%, less than 1% income. This is in 2016, 2017. So it's crazy to see in 2022 at 45,000. This is the first time the bill is even going up. I mean, they're lucky they'll get it passed through this year, but you know, worst case scenario, it takes another year or two for this to actually get passed through. If they wait until the next happening for this bill to get passed through, it might not get passed through. It's like 100 to 200K plus Bitcoin. And then it's going to be like, well, it's still worth it, but it's just like, come on, like, what are we doing here? This could be money geared toward taxpayers. You don't actually even need a tax in your city, state, or municipality if they were actually to do this. So it's cool to see that they're doing it, but I hope that it doesn't, I hope that doesn't take forever to actually come across at this point, because we're in 2022 now, and the project has been striving and thriving. Alex said, well, oh, Alex asking everyone, would you be interested in the video on the STX bridge when it goes live? Let them know. If you want to see a video on the XTX bridge, can't say that 3 times back to back to back. Oh my goodness, the likes are lagging. Hold on, the likes are lagging. Hey, listen, I need Zay here for this singing because you know he'll bust it out. I'm telling you when he does come back Monday, starting to show some singing. All right, last story but not least, I want to talk about Zynga. This is a pretty big story to me. Farmville developer Zynga set to release first NFT game this year. This is mobile gaming giant Zynga has outlined new plans for NFT-based games and Web3 acquisitions coming in 2022. If you haven't heard of them before, they're best known for their Farmville and CSR racing series, but they announced plans to release its first blockchain and NFT-based game this year. So here's the thing, folks. Zynga is a billion-dollar game studio. They are huge. Farmville is huge. When you talk about play-to-earn games and click-to-earn and all that stuff, Farmville's already set up to be this type of game. So literally all they had to do is transfer Farmville over to somebody's blockchain or create an NFT around it, and it is a literal layup. So I would say this is my call about 2 things. Zynga, I'm not sure if it's privately traded. You have to do your own research on that. I haven't looked into it. If they are, I will follow them on the traditional market, but in the crypto market, whatever game or project they decide to launch, I would say is good. And this is not financial advice, but I would say it's very good to look at and do your own research into up until they actually launch. So the thing with these type of companies, these game companies, already billion-dollar companies, already have these communities, they know how to hype a project and game, like for sure. Now, again, they've already done a good job launching games as well, but the game market is very tricky. Just because you launched some great games in the past, don't mean you'll continue to. A lot of people know that. So for whatever reasons, there's all type of reasons behind the scenes with teams and developers. And I mean, these games take years to build. So it's like you're assuming that a game they launched 10 years ago will be just as amazing as this game they're launching a decade later. It's not always true. Sometimes it is. But I say all that to say, regardless, for the traditional side and the crypto side, whatever they decide to launch, all the way up until launch, I'm guaranteeing they will have beautiful marketing and promotion, and it should drive everything up. The day of, you might need to be one of the people who test it or try to become one of the beta testers so you can actually see if it works. Again, it should work because I feel like all they need to do is transfer Farmville over as an NFT. I mean, it's already set up to be like a click, play to earn type of deal. But if it is done that way, then you're good after launch. If it's not done that way and it's kind of funky or whatever, or it's not even a product up for beta, then I would say on launch day, you might want to consider scaling back the value you put toward it. But those are my thoughts. I think it's really exciting. I'm definitely going to be following it because I think it could be a layup. It could very well be a quick layup into a new NFT that we know a marketing that has a structured marketing team behind it that's actually done this before. Let's see. Saber Sage said Farmville had me in a grip. Exactly. People said Farmville Oculus will be wild. Yeah, let's see what else. Zynga is traded on NASDAQ. GTA NFTs incoming. Exactly. So you already know. I mean, like Farmville's pretty big, people, and it's already set up to do this. So it's more about them setting it up right. Doesn't mean they will, but they set it up right. Like as an investor or something, like that's going to be a quick little layup, 3 months, 6 month layup, I think. All right, other than that is the show for today. As I mentioned, in about 20 minutes, we will have the Ritestream team on. Again, they're trying to do NFTs for film and TV. They do have a library of some content already. So if you're interested, again, please come on and ask questions. We definitely like you all to come on and ask questions, ask the tough questions, the fun questions, everything like that. You'll see the notification come on as long as you're signed up as well. And let's see, last couple quick questions in the chat. Okay, yeah, Zynga is traded on NASDAQ. Yeah, so my point is from right now, as this announcement is happening, Zynga until launch date of their first NFTs, I would say would be a W. Again, I'm not even on the traditional market. I'm looking at more of the crypto space, but that would be a W. Let's see, will I be at BTC 2022? Not sure as of yet. Let's see. Real question, Wyatt Try It said, how would their minting process go? Not sure how the minting process will go. And that's what I mean. It's like, that's just the stuff they would have to kind of figure out Just off the top of my head, I'm just like, yeah, I don't want to assume off the top of my head because I only got a few minutes. But as you also said, it's an easy layup if they do things right. Other than that, make sure you smash that like and share, and we will see you all tomorrow on Fuck Bitcoin Friday with some more crypto, Bitcoin, blockchain